February is American Heart Month, and there's a cool event coming up that is dedicated to making a positive impact through music.
Rock from the Heart is using the power of rock music to amplify awareness of aortic and heart valve disease, which is a condition affecting nearly 11 million Americans.
Amy Johnson helped co-found the nonprofit after her husband's health scare. Amy, thanks for coming in. We appreciate you sharing your story. So tell us more about Pete.
What can I say about Pete? He is amazing. We actually dated back in the 80s, and he found me on Facebook in 2009, and I really think it was meant to be that I was going to be the one that was going to be with him when he got that surprise diagnosis in 2015.
And I have to pause you because your mic is actually not on. If we could, do you have the mic pack? We can turn it on so people can hear you because they want to hear this. Okay, now we're rolling. Okay, tell us again about Pete.
Okay, so we dated in the 80s. And he found me on Facebook in 2009, and I think it was meant to be that I was going to be there to be the one to be by his side when he got that surprise diagnosis. Goes in for a routine physical in 2015, walks out needing heart surgery, open heart surgery. Wow. So it was really, frightening, and the strength that he's showed in these years getting through it to where he is today, really back to living a very normal, healthy, active life.
It sounds cliche to say, well, this is obviously a cause close to your heart. This means a lot. But how did Rock from the Heart start?
It started, Pete had 2 years between diagnosis and the actual surgery. And as we went looking for information online and people's stories of hope, it was very hard to find. So when he finally did have the surgery in 2017, before the doctors took him into the surgery, he goes, when we get through this, I want to do something to help other people so that maybe they're not so scared. So the idea kind of bloomed as maybe we would do something small in Delano at the local American Legion. But since we knew a band whose drummer, Pete's a drummer too, had the same surgery that same year, we're like, why don't we book Night Ranger?
Okay.
And we did. And in 2019 was our first event. We brought Night Ranger to the Pantages. And we've been doing it ever since.
That's amazing. So this is a really fun concert. Tell us about who will be there.
Yeah. This year we've got Spin Doctors that will be there, and then the Rock from the Heart house band Aortic Fire is opening up the show. Last year we met Gina Schock from the Go-Go's, who is also a heart surgery survivor, and she and Pete double drum together to Go-Go songs, which really gives you that living, breathing example of how good life can be after a major, life-changing surgery.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Fun to see. You have events that are beyond Minnesota's borders as well?
We do. So we started a few years ago doing one in Fargo, Moorhead as well. And we do that one in May. We tried one in February the first year. Never again. It was too cold after dodging 2 ground blizzards. And we do have dreams to take it to other parts of the United States. The East Coast is on our radar. So you might, see that in the next couple years, perhaps.
Yeah, you might see it there. So how can people get involved? Because we hear this goes beyond the concert as well. You have stuff going on year-round.
Yes, it does. And in addition to the concert, the Friday before, we have the Aortic Ed session. So Aortic Ed is a day where we have speakers from 1 to 6, very patient focused, very down to earth, very low key and friendly, and then that's followed by a reception and a dinner. We are always looking for people to not just attend the event, but to volunteer with us. We try to go out in the community. We've added a heart screening this year. So it's really about staying visible, because aortic disease valve and the aorta isn't known as much as cardiovascular disease. So it really is important to be out in the community, be visible, so that people will hear these terms. Then when they go in and get their surprise diagnosis, they go to Dr. Google, and instead of finding scary stories and bad outcomes, they find Rock from the Heart and they find hope.
Yeah, well, it's an amazing community you've built. Yeah, thank you so much for coming in and informing people about it. Good luck with the event. We want to tell you Rock from the Heart is February 21st and 22nd in St. Paul. Education sessions will be at the St. Paul Hotel. Night 2, the benefit concert featuring the Spin Doctors, is at the Palace Theater. And you'll find information on tickets and resources for patients at rockfromtheheart.org.